All right, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue the Year 2 offseason with your Ottawa Senators up here in free agency. And there's a bunch of good free agents that are available this year. We'll get into that in 1 second. But in the last video, we went through the re-sign stage. We got everyone back. And also, we had the NHL entry draft where we moved up to get the 6th overall pick, which we turned into a goaltender prospect, Mackenzie Savard. There he is right there. Big things come in small packages. Now, he's still pretty young, so maybe he can grow a little bit. I've seen the young guns grow in this game at like 17, 18 years old, right? But that's not going to matter. I'm just hoping that by year 4 or 5, this guy really starts to take off, and I guess time will tell. We put a goaltender prospect in the system. Let's see if it comes back and helps us out in 3 or 4 years, okay? But a lot of people are saying that Robin Lehner, after what he did against the Montreal Canadiens, especially in Game 6 where he allowed, 5 goals on 8 shots in the first period, you know, he's not the answer. We need to go out and get something else, especially considering that Frederik Andersen is available in free agency. I mean, Don Cherry's even saying GM Superbman would be an idiot to not get Frederik Andersen after what Robin Lehner did against the Montreal Canadiens, all right? So thank you, Don, ripping apart the Swedish-born players once again. My God. Even though Frederik Andersen's not Canadian, he just relishes any chance he can to get on the ass of the Europeans. All right, and we also have some comments from the analysts. First up, definitely go for Frederik Andersen, another guy who wants Andersen. Use Lehner as trade bait, and then your goalie situation will be in very good shape with Savard waiting in the wings. So this guy's not even saying to use Lehner as a backup, like ship him out of here. Keep your top 6 the same for next year, and go for a few depth players in free agency. You could use an 83 overall defenseman, and maybe a couple 83 overall wingers. Absolutely, I could definitely use some depth. I agree with the defensemen and the wingers for the bottom 6 statement, but the Frederik Andersen, I mean, God, he wants a lot of money. Next, signing Kessler would be ideal. So Ryan Kessler is also available, and that would stack up our center core. You would then have 2 great centers. You literally just said that's what you need to win in the playoffs. Kessler also only wants $6 million. You could easily get him and a depth forward/defenseman. Signing Andersen is unrealistic because you just drafted a goalie and he wants way too much. So we have some analysts that are contradicting each other here. One wants Andersen, one wants Kessler. Okay. Next up, Johnny, sign Kyle Okposo. Here's another guy who wants another one of his studs in free agency. This guy, he's a winger. He fits into the age group of your team, and I have a feeling that Hoffman and or Stone might not end up getting any better than 84 overall, unfortunately. So this guy wants to replace Hoffman or Stone with Kyle Okposo, all right? And last but not least, you could sign Backes for your third-line center, and then you'd have some amazing depth down the middle. So we have suggestions to go after Andersen, Kessler, Kyle Okposo, and David Backes, all right? A lot of moves that GM Superbman has been thinking about, but listen to this. I just got an email from the owner. Dear GM Superbman, as the owner of the Ottawa Senators, I must inform you that our current financial situation will not allow us to be a cap team. You've done a great job so far with the Sens, and I know you want to take that next step, but $67 million is our budget for this year. Maybe after a deep playoff run, we can then attract the sponsors that we need to spend as much as the league allows. Thank you for your time, Eugene Melnick. Get better, Eugene. All right, so this is just one of those realities that we have to deal with being the GM of the Ottawa Senators. We don't yet have the budget to be a cap team yet. Ottawa has always had these kind of problems. So we have to continue to try to be a competitive team while not being able to be a cap team. Now, he said that we have a budget of $67 million. So far, if you look at the bottom right corner, it says spent. We've spent $63.270 million. So we have another $3.5 million that we can spend, basically, all right? So let's go into free agency right here, and let's just see. So the goaltenders, Frederik Andersen, $7.160 million. You know what? Show you the contracts first, because there's something else I wanted to show you guys. So with Andersen, right, $7 million. Now, I mean, we can do some crazy moves where we trade away Robin Lehner, free up $2 million, then signing Frederik Andersen's really only like $5 million goaltender, but that would still put us over the $67 million. So, you know, 24 years old, I'd like to see Robin Lehner see if he gets better. I know it was a rough Game 6, trust me, I get that, right? But thing is, we got to re-sign him next year, so it's either Anderson or Lehner. You can't have both. And to trade away your starting goaltender to sign a free agent that you may not get, the only way you can get is if you give him like $7.5 million to guarantee it. That's just a lot of crazy risky moves, right? I don't want to do that just yet, boys. If you look at the defensemen, Carlson, Mathot, Braun, CC, Weirkoch, and Phillips, who may be getting worse, but at least we have these guys and we have them signed for, at least another 2 years. Carlson would be the first guy to come up and we can replace, or we'd re-sign him for sure, right? But then look at this. This is where it gets a little bit shady when it comes to the salary cap. Kyle Turris, right now, 87 overall. He's a steal at $3.5 million, but his contract is up next year. So what does that mean for our salary cap? If we go out and get Kessler and Okposo and Anderson right now, we're going to run into a major problem next year. And then I know what you guys are going to say. Well, then just trade those guys away for first-round picks. That wouldn't work. If I was going to sign these free agents, it would be like a no-trade clause kind of signing. You know what I mean? Free agents get that kind of advantage. So we'd have to sign Turris next year. We got to sign Lazar next year, who's on a minor league deal. He's going to be like 83, 84, at least, hopefully. All right? Let's just see who else do we have to sign. Hall we have for a while. Hoffman we have for a while on a good contract. Bobby Ryan, Stone we have, all right? So we have those guys, but it comes down to Curtis Lazar, Kyle Turris, and Robin Lehner that we have to re-sign next year. So I know the cap says $10 million right now, but we have to keep that in mind for next year, all right? Yeah, I got to always keep the cap in mind. So I think everyone would agree Frederik Andersen just doesn't work out. I mean, $10 million I could give him for this year just to get him signed, but no thank you. It would be more around the 4 or 5 year length, and to make sure it would go through, I'd go like 7.5, but I'm not doing that, all right? Ottawa Senators, they do not have the budget to make that work. Defenseman, I would have liked to sign a Jared Spurgeon, an offensive defenseman for the second line. You could split him and Carlson up and then put CC with Spurgeon, and that would be pretty nice. But you know what? Again, $5 million, just way too much. So I was thinking I do want to sign a defenseman, but as of right now, because we have Phillips and because we have Borowicki, I think it is, I think we need a bottom 6 forward right now, first up, because we only have a little bit of cap space, and there's one guy, no centers, we got plenty of centers, but this guy, Justin Abdelkader, I think this guy would be perfect for us. Another grinder, he could increase our penalty kill, and he's actually not that bad offensively, so third liner right here, maybe he could play alongside a Curtis Lazar. You already have your top 6 made up. We lost Winnick in a trade to Detroit, right? So Justin Abdelkader would be that nice fit. You also have Nick Spaulding, but he's a two-way forward, and we already have Curtis Lazar and Tommy Wingles, so I'd like to get a grinder in there. Fleischman is a playmaker, don't need him. Then all these guys down here, hang on a second. And then right wingers, Kyle Okposo, boys, see what I mean? Like 6 years, you'd have to get it up to like 6 years at 6.5 to get this guy signed, right? And I'm not going to do that. It's just way too much right now. We don't have the cap space. So what I'm going to do is I want Justin Abdelkader, all right? Now, he wants 3 years. I wouldn't mind giving him a 2-year deal, all right? Now, New Jersey and Toronto both want this guy. So, you know what? I'm gonna give him 3 point. Oof, I want to make sure this goes through. Gotta test the waters here. All right, 2 mil. He wants 3, so they're probably offering him somewhere around $3 million. If I give him 2 years, 3.350. We got to try and save some money. So this is where the budget really comes in. I got to try and snag these players up. All right, it's not like I can just go out there and get them all. No. We're gonna have to be a little bit competitive here. So let's just go day by day and let's see what happens with what's his name, Abdelkader. We'll also take a look at everyone else. No, nobody yet. Something is triggered. Nope. Toronto's trying to sign everyone, man. They're going after Spurgeon. They're going after Abdelkader. All right. Justin Abdelkader. All right. So we got Justin Abdelkader on the team. Now, if you look at the spent, we're almost at $66 million. So we still have $1.5 million to go for our budget, which is good news, okay? So Kessler's still available. Okposo's still available. Backus, but we only have 1.5 mil. So once I got the forward, now we can go back to the defenseman and see who's available, all right? So, you know what? Jamie McBain, 2-way. Defensive awareness, 83. Matt Green, what's his? Oh, Matt Green. This guy actually might not be a bad bet. The reason is because I know he's old, but he's still got the 3.5 star potential. And I love his defensive category with his physical category. Best case scenario, Chris Phillips plays this year, right? So that's why I don't want to get a McBain who commands a certain salary that you have to play him. But a guy like Matt Green would be a depth player on this team. So that actually makes sense. You know what? I'm going to go after Matt Green. There you go. 1 year at $1 million. Make sure that this guy's signed. All right. And how many? 33 players. Okay, so we can also fill up our roster a little bit. Goaltenders. You guys were saying in the comments I didn't show you the prospects. So there you go. Let me get a goaltender. Hutton. Yeah, sure. Actually, I'll get Richard Bachman. There you go. Get this guy signed. All right, two-way deal. Very nice. Defenseman. Gonna get that guy. Now, is there any other two ways that I can sign in here? Diaz. No, I think that's a one-way. That'd be a little bit high. Ellerby. Yeah, got this guy, Ellerby. Want to help out the AHL squad as well this year, right? So, defenseman, right wingers. Justin Fontaine, he's a sniper, isn't he? Yeah, there you go. He could definitely help out the AHL squad. Hell yeah. All right, there you go. Very nice for Justin Fontaine. Left wing, any depth? Nathan Gerby. Yeah, I can pick up Nathan Gerby. So you can see we're restocking the shelves with these younger players here. But they're on two-way deals. So we can afford it. It's not a cap. It's not towards our cap. And centers, is there anybody that we can get? Thompson, Gordon. No, I don't want those guys. Klinkhammer. That's probably a one-way deal. Smith. Nah, he's not good enough. Schroeder. No, we really don't need any one of these guys. Is there anyone I can snag up? Colin Fraser, just for some depth? Sure, why not? He had decent face-offs for a center. All right, two-way deal. So we've gone through and we've signed some more players. Let's see who's on our team. You guys have seen Justin Abdelkader get signed. Now we're going for the depth. We only have 33 players on the roster. This is going to be the move to help out our AHL. So hang on a second. We have some signings here. Jared Stoll to the Oilers. Hang on. There you go. Jared Stoll. There you go. Kevin Con. Okay, no. I'm just seeing the ones. Sean Bergenheim, Thomas Fleischman to Nashville. Jared Spurgeon went to the Arizona Coyotes. David Backes went to the Montreal Canadiens. So now Montreal, Plekanec, Galchenyuk, and Backes down the middle. Ugh, that's dangerous. Kyle Okposo went to the Carolina Hurricanes. So it looks like it's going to be Okposo playing with Skinner with Eric Stahl in the middle. That makes sense. And Calgary got Ryan Kessler. Screw you, Vancouver. Holy shit. Sean Monahan, Sam Bennett, and Ryan Kessler. That is like that. Oh my God, that makes sense for Calgary. Big time. That's a big one. Woohoo! All right, so there you go, boys. You can see where the free agents went. Oh, I didn't get Nathan Gerby. He went to another team. We got Richard Bachman. We got Matt Green. We got Justin Fontaine. We got Colin Fraser. We got Keaton Ellerby. Perfect. And look at our spent. We're at $66,695,000. So we'll leave the $0.3 million, the $300,000. We'll leave that as our profit for this year because that's our budget. All right, so we got everyone signed. I know I'm going to hear it from you guys. Don't blame me. Blame Eugene Melnick and the lack of funds that the Ottawa Senators have. Fans, I mean, are you going to get angry if we raise ticket prices? Because that's what we need to do. You want to be a cap team? We got to jack up the ticket prices. But we also have to go farther in the playoffs. A deeper run in the playoffs equals more home games, which equals more advertisements, more merchandise sales, right? So we got to get to the third and fourth round here consistently to really be that cap team. So let's jump to the preseason. All right, so here we go. We're in preseason, and I just want to let you guys know that there will be no simulating in this video. I'm going to continue the routine of showing you guys the entire NHL with the players that have gotten better, and then in the first simulation video, which will be the next one, we'll do slow simulating for the first month, figure out the lines, and then we can go after that, the quick sim. I like that style, and it's helped us make the playoffs for the first 2 years, right? So let's continue it. So, moment of truth. Let's see who got better, who got worse, who stayed the same, all right? Robin Lehner, man. Let's see. Come on, you got to be a little bit better. 85, all right. So, he did not grow. Still 85 overall. But his reflexes category, I mean, if he could grow, he's got a good base. If you look at the reflexes, like nothing is below 85. 85, 86, 86, 86, 87, 87, 87. If you could start to see some 88s in there, maybe a 90 here and there, he would become much better, all right? He's got a good base. You see some goaltenders with a 90 in there, but then you see them with like an 83 for glove high or something, right? He's got a good base. He's average everywhere, but now he's got to start to go up, and he's only got one more year getting better. So, you know, if he's going to get better, he's got to have a good statistical year this year to help him get better that way, and then maybe he can grow in his last year. Maybe you can get him up to an 87, maybe an 88. That would be a stretch, an 88, right? So Robin Lehner's looking like he's going to be a career 86, 87 overall goaltender. Maybe an 85 if we don't have a good year, right? Ben Scrivens is going to be our backup, 82. We may need to get a better goaltender for a backup, especially if Robin Lehner's not holding it down, right? So keep that in mind because I do want to be a playoff team this year. Now, if you look at the team salary, we're over $67 million. Don't worry. That's just because we have a lot of players on the team right now. I send guys down. There you go. We're below $67 million. All right, so I know the team budget. It all gets paid for the same, but we'll just go by the cap, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Chris Phillips is down to 80 overall, but he still has a good defensive category. It's 4.5 stars, right? So yeah, this is why I picked up Green. Where's Green? And Green still has, that's the good thing about Green is look at his potential, 3.5 stars. So I don't think he's going to drop this year, right? So Green is a depth defenseman. Phillips is a top 6. So that's going to be our switch. If Phillips gets injured or if he's not doing good, Green can come in. We also have Schlemko, Ellerby, Greiba, Bartkowski, Borowicki, all right? And our young guns, Wilkstrand, no, LeBlanc, there you go. Yeah, these guys are available to play in the AHL. But our AHL team's going to be a good team this year, man. Look at all those high 70 overall players. They're going to be good. Now, hang on. Greening, I can sit you. Joel Ward. Joel Ward's only got 2.5 star, though. He's 35 years old, and his defense has dropped to 84. What would our better... Cullen has the same. No, you know what? I'd still go with Joel Ward because he's the grinder. But it's something to keep an eye on, all right? So he's got 2.5 star, something to keep an eye on, boys. We can definitely free up some cap space if we want to trade away Joel Ward, but, you know, you wouldn't get much back. So, oh, you know what? Hang on a second. What am I doing? I got to go through each player here to see who got better. So Carlson, 90 overall. Cody Ceci, 86. Did he get better? Or was he 85? Was he 86 last year? I'm thinking 85. You know what, though? I'm loving that offensive awareness. 88, all right? So Cody Ceci. Weirkoch is at 84. Looks like he's going to stay there. But he's lights out with Carlson, man. This guy plays great with Carlson. Yeah, I'm going to leave him with Carlson. Cody Ceci is a top 4 defender. Braun, Mathot's dropped down to an 83, but he's still got the 4 star. Braun still got the 4 star, so these guys are fine. All right, so there's our defensemen. Right wingers, Bobby Ryan, 89. Mark Stone, 84. God damn it, man. They won't grow. Should have gave him 4 green star potential. All right, but, God damn it, that does piss me off. Joel Ward, Eric Condra, Justin Fontaine, Evgeny Dadonov. So we got to decide, does Dadonov play this year? I think because he's a playmaker, he should be a top 6 player. And he's still playing in the CHL, so it's not like it's a bad thing. I think we should leave him down in the minors for 1 more year, boys. But I'm going to hear it in the comments, so you guys go nuts there. Taylor Hall is up to an 89, so when I acquired him, he was an 87. He's back up to an 89, so we should have a much better year with an 89 overall left wing the entire year, right? So that's going to be good news. Justin Abdelkader, our newest acquisition from free agency. I'm looking for a big season out of that guy. And Mike Hoffman stayed at 84 as well. God damn it. So Hoffman and Stone, you guys might be right about them being career 84 overall players. But that's not bad. Remember, they're still young. So, I mean, eventually maybe they can take over the third line duties. If we can really get a beast. Imagine a beast top 6 with Hoffman and Stone on the third line. That's a Stanley Cup roster right there. So it's not a bad thing. I need my depth players anyways. Travis Konecny down to 71 or up to 71 overall. All right, let's see. Turris 87, Zibanejad 85. All right, so he stayed the same. Zach Smith and Curtis Lazar up to 83. Was he 82 last year? I can't remember. I think he was. And Tommy Wingles 83. Okay, so let's go best lines. There you go. Best lines. So I'm not going to make any line changes in this video. You guys can see it. Taylor Hall, Turris, Bobby Ryan, Hoffman, Zibanejad, and Stone. We could do something where we get a sniper on the second line. Hoffman, and because Hoffman is a... No, he's a left winger. Never mind. So that's kind of rough because you'd have to... Yeah, somebody would have to play on their off wing kind of thing. Or we can just keep Taylor Hall, Turris, and Bobby Ryan. Abdelkader with Tommy Wingles and Joel Ward. I actually would like to get... Curtis Lazar playing his position now, so I think I'd go there, and then like a Wingles there, and then a Zach Smith, a Joel Ward, and a... Oh, that's why. So I'd have to bring up Greening. Right. Hang on a second here. Bring up Greening. There you go. And actually, yeah, bring up Condra as well. There you go. So Green, you'd be replaced by Greening. There you go. And that would be our team, boys. So our bottom 6, it's not as strong as I'd like it to be, but Abdelkader makes our third line a little bit better. Lazar grew. Hopefully Wingles can continue. And then our fourth line looks a little bit weak, I'll say that. Zach Smith's not bad, but Joel Ward could drop to like 79. And Colin Greening, a two-way forward with a low defensive awareness. Not the greatest fourth line right there. Defensively, we got Cody Ceci with Carlson. I think I would definitely do that because he would help out the second line, and Weirkoch has proved to play well with Carlson. We just got to decide who would play alongside of Cody Ceci. Maybe, I think it would have to be Braun at 84 overall now. And then Mathot and Phillips. Okay. And our AHL squad, hang on a second here. Best lines, whatever. Yeah, so you guys go nuts with line changes for the next video. And our AHL squad is anyone not playing. LeBlanc is really our only major prospect in there. So you can see that's why I signed a bunch of those guys. Frazier, Fontaine. Hopefully they can help out a little bit. Our defense is actually very strong this year for our AHL. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. And then goaltenders, Backman, 79, Bachman, whatever you call them. Yeah, there'll be a good defensive team, our AHL squad, but we still don't have those forward prospects. All of our young guns are on our team. All right, so there you go, boys. There are your Ottawa Senators. Now, what do we want to do? I want to show you each one of the players. How do I do that? Okay. I figured it out. I do it through the trading block. That was the way I did it last time, and it's much easier because we can just look at the best players and you can know which teams they're on, all right? So, forwards, we'll go to first-line forwards. Let's see who the best first-line forwards are in the NHL. Overall number. So, Sidney Crosby at 98, Ovechkin at 96, Malkin, Kane, Taves, Tavares, Getzlaf, Stamkos, Perry, Datsuk, Bergeron, Johnny Gaudreau's up to 91 now, Nathan McKinnon's up to 91. So, we're starting to see some young guns peak. It's still early, though. Remember that. Alex Galchenyuk at 90 overall. Forsberg at 90 overall. Jonathan Drouin at 89 overall. Connor McDavid at 89 overall. I'll just show you guys all the first liners here in the first page. All right. There you go. Verbata. Yeah, okay, we're starting to get down there. I still don't see any, like, other than the top rookies. I'm not seeing anyone just yet. So we're still pretty early into this. Defensemen, top 2 defensemen. Let's see where the best ones are. All right, Shea Weber, Ryan Suter, Drew Doughty, Roman Josi. So the Nashville Predators have 2 of the top 4 best defensemen overall-wise in this game with Shea Weber and Roman Josi. My God. Pietrangelo, PK Subban, Erik Karlsson. There we go. Shattenkirk, Hedman, McDonough, Letang, Giordano. Let's just go down here. No new names. All right, so no young rookies have yet to really break through. And goaltenders, let's go just for the elite goalies. We're also going to check out the rookies after this as well. Carey Price, Jonathan Quick, Lundqvist, Rask, Rene, Fleury, Bishop, Schneider, Bobrovsky, Luongo, and Miller. All right, so yeah, we're still early in this GM mode. But now, because I know you guys wanted to see the drafted players, let's go to medium. There you go. We'll check out the best here. Can I search by age? There you go. Look at the youngest players with the best potential to really show off. All right, so Ronning, I think this guy was drafted this year. Tyler Benson, was this guy the first overall pick? Yeah, the first overall pick by the San Jose Sharks. My God, 78 overall left-wing sniper, 4.5 green star potential. Yep, the Sharks are on their way back up. Austin Matthews, the New Jersey Devils drafted him second overall, second overall. He's 80 overall, center sniper with 4.5 green star potential. Logan Brown, the Edmonton Oilers, they got the 4th overall pick, 74 overall, 4.5 star. He's a power forward, 6'6", 221. Whew! That's what the Edmonton Oilers need. They don't have Connor McDavid in this, but Jesus. Luke Kerwin, yeah, 2-way forward. Jesus, 72 overall, 4.5 star. This was a great draft. See what I mean? When I moved up for that Detroit pick, I wanted one of these guys. I got stuck with the goaltender. Jack Eichel, all right, 84. Dylan Strome, Florida Panthers, 79. Mitch Marner, 77, Vancouver Canucks. All right, so you can see all these guys. Then we get into the guys who were drafted. All right, but there you go. There were the players that you didn't see in the draft. Defenseman, same thing here. Hang on a second here. Let me see the 18-year-olds. Sean Day. All right, so the Toronto Maple Leafs. Ooh, Toronto Maple Leafs got Sean Day at 5th overall. Yeah, that would have been a nice one for the Ottawa Senators. Noah Hannifin, the Edmonton Oilers. So they got Hannifin and Brown in back-to-back years. Whew. Ekblad, yeah, he was already drafted, though. And then Seth Jones, all these guys. All right, and last but not least, goaltenders. Let's see how Savard matches up here, all right? So Parsons, this guy, they got higher trade value, which I don't like. Where's Savard? Actually, no, Savard's got a high trade value. Good. That's what I like to see, because sometimes, like this guy, he's 18 years old, same potential, but his trade value is much lower. Savard's 62 overall with 19, but he's got a high trade value. That's good. It's actually as high as Frederick Anderson, so that's really good for us. I'm hoping from good things for good things from Mackenzie Savard, all right? So there you go. That is the NHL right there. And last but not least, because you guys want to see this, we'll show you the scouting report for this year just to see who's available, all right? So we got a center, we got a left wing, got a defenseman, a right wing, all right? Looks like there's, oh man, yeah, it's probably some big-time goaltenders right there. 2 goalies, all right? 17 years old, 18 years old, 18. These guys are first rounders. All right, so who should we go for this year? Remember, though, I don't think of us as a top 10 team or a bottom 10 team. I want to be a playoff team, so we can scout. I'll put it right now in the OHL. I know you guys don't like when I do that, but I'll just do it the OHL. There you go. So let me know about scouting, let me know about line changes, and let me know just about our roster. In the next video, we're going to do the slow simulating for the first month, see how our team plays, and then we'll go from there. So anything and everything, boys. If you guys have any suggestions, I'm going to have a forum up on the website. We might even do a vote as well. So, boys, let me know, and I will see you in the next video when we start up year number 3.